declaring one variable called message, one string variable called message. Okay, so here I am retrieving one temporary variable L2. Okay, laptop L2 equal to, okay, so we are doing something. Okay, the spelling is mistake. Okay, so actually the laptop which is we are going to add in the database. Okay, so that's what we are retrieving here. Okay, underscore L2. Okay, underscore means already Amtava said na, underscore means that, I mean, that implements the, okay, temporary variable. Okay, that defines the temporary variable. Okay, here I'll write different messages based on the temporary variable. If L2, okay, not sorry, not equal to null. Okay, if L2 not equal to null, then here, okay, then I'll send, sorry, message equal to null. I mean, laptop is added. Else, if L2 is a null, okay, that means, okay, here I don't want to do anything, just, okay, I'll mention something like null. Okay, message equal to null. Okay, so here at the end of the, okay, if else, we can send the message. Okay, we are sending the message. If L2 is a null, okay, we are getting the null response. If L2 is not equal to null, then we will get a one message. Okay, we will get a one message. So we are accessing this particular string response in the controller. Okay, we are sending the this particular string response, okay, here in the response entity. Okay, so, okay, we will get that. Here we can write another thing also. If we can write something new, string status equal to service dot laptop so and so. If status not equal to null, okay, if status not equal to null, then we can send, okay, HTTP with status created. Okay, else we can send something else. Again, we can send the basic null value along with some issue, internal server error. Okay, so actually we are getting some response from the service layer, right? We are getting some response from the service layer. If we got the response from the service layer as a null, okay, that means we have to change the protocol also, no? We have to change the protocol as well, right? So if service layer, I mean, the response from the service layer is not equal to null, okay, I am sending that message along with, okay, HTTP status code created. If I will get a, if I am getting null value from the service layer, okay, then I am sending null value along with internal server error status code. Okay, to send the different status codes, I am using the if else here. Okay, to send different status codes, I am using if else. Okay, is this clear for everyone? How we are sending the response through the response entity? Guys, is this clear? No
Yes,
response.
sir.
It's okay, no? Or confusing? Anything confusing here? Do I need to change anything? Do I need to change anything? Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So, okay, so we are done with the laptop, so and so. Okay, now we can handle the, okay, get method as well. Okay, so here also we have to send the response entity. Okay, use the response entity here. Response entity. We already declared the response entity. Okay, so here we have to send the response entity, not a normal list of laptops. Okay, so return, okay, new response entity. So here we have to send the list of laptops. Sorry. Service dot, okay, get laptops. Get laptop. Okay, we are sending the list of laptops along with HTTP status message. Status dot something like accepted or something. Okay, we can use okay. Okay, we can use okay. We are getting some issue. What is this issue? Response entity. What is the issue? Cannot
So it's spelling mistake, sir. Response.
Where? Response.
How
Response.
to
The
push the
public
line?
response entity. There's above the selected line. Yeah, here.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yes, is missing. Okay, thank you. So response entity. We are sending the list of laptops as a response entity along with HTTP status message. Okay, so save this program. Okay, and just relaunch the application. Okay, open the console. We have to get the output perfectly now. Okay, so actually you can see in the Postman, which doesn't make any sense because already we are getting the same messages in the Postman. Okay, something is done now. So here I am retrieving the data. Okay, actually when we are retrieving the data, we are getting 200 status. Okay, again now we are retrieving the data. Yes, here you can see again 200. Okay, because we are using the basic okay only. Okay, now I want to push some data. Okay, we can push some data. Okay, so use the post method. Post. Okay, we have to add another laptop here. 104. Okay, tell me some new laptops. Human is there. Asus Stuff Gaming is there. Lenovo is there. Alienware is there. Okay, we can add Acer Predator. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, so send the data. Okay, laptop is added. Okay, we are getting 201 created. Okay, we are getting 201 created because okay, we are mentioning the 201, I mean created message here. Okay, we are using created here. Okay, so if I missed to push the data, okay, I missed to push the data, let's see what will happen. Okay, so you can see error 404 not found. Okay, these things comes by default to the Postman. Okay, so that's why we can use this thing. Okay, so let's add some null values to the data. Okay, so I'm removing the data. Okay, just send the null value, null body. Okay, so again we can see 404 bad request. Okay, 404 bad request. Okay, this is how you can create the REST APIs along with a response entity. Okay, so actually when we are adding some new laptops, so we are getting some message like laptop is added. Okay, so there I want to add some more creativity. To our application. Okay, so I want to add the time also. Okay, I want to add the time also. That means okay, so whenever I pushed the data into the data, I mean Postman or to the SQL, okay, I want to display the the time of inserting. Okay, the time of inserting the data into the SQL. Okay, I want to print time of inserting. Okay, so here laptop is added at, or laptop is added at. something here, we can add the date. Okay, so new date, that's it. Okay, we are adding the date. Now just import the date from Java utility, import the date from Java utility. Okay, now you will get the new date whenever you are adding the data. Okay, just relaunch the application. Actually, when we are posting the new laptop into the database, we are getting only laptop added message, right? But here you will get a something new. Okay, that means you will get the time of insertion also. Okay, let's see, let's check. Let's add another laptop, you know, 105 105. Okay, so this time we can use um, MSI Ultra or something, 70,000 it is. Okay, now send the data. When we are sending the data, okay, now you can see laptop is added, and again we are getting the date of insertion, Wednesday, October 26. Okay, 10:50 and 42 seconds, IST 2022, India Standard Time. Okay, so we are getting the Indian Standard Time here. Okay, so this comes with the default values. Okay, this is how we have to add the date to the message. Okay, so I'm adding the new date to the string. That's it. Okay, I added new date object. That's it. Okay, is this clear, guys? Is everything okay till now? Hello, guys, I'm audible. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Chalo. And give me a moment. I'm getting something. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Guys, wait. Give me a moment. Come on. Amala Tirupati Devasthanams. Actually, I want to check one thing. Please don't mind. Okay. Okay, guys, give me a moment. Actually, I need to book some tickets. Okay, so that's why I'm checking. Please don't mind. Okay, it released. I'm safe. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so we are inserting the laptops, we are retrying the laptops. That's okay. Okay, now this is the time we have to implement the developer also. Okay, we are adding the laptops now, but our ultimate goal is to implement a one-to-many relationship between developer along with laptop, right? So we want to implement one-to-many relationship, right? So actually we worked with the laptop from the last few classes. Now we can work on, okay, developer class as well. Okay, so here is the developer, you know, entity where we are having the developer id, developer name, developer role, developer phone number, along with developer laptop. Okay, we can implement one to many relationship there. Okay, you can see one to many and join column with developer id. Okay, so that's why we are getting the one new column in the laptop table. Okay, if you want to see, you can. Come on, come on, come on. Use Dev company. Select star from laptop. Okay, these are the different laptops that we have in our, okay, table. And if you want to see the developer, select star from developers. Okay, we are getting empty set. That means we are not having any developer in the table. Okay, that's why we are getting here. So here you can see we are implementing one-to-many relationship between in the table, I mean developer and laptop. So that's why developer id is added to the laptop table. Okay, if we assign any developer to any laptop, that means, okay, the developer id will appear here in the developer id column. Okay, so for that case we have to add the developers and we have to assign the laptops to the developers, right? So let's add the developers. Okay, so that we have to implement developer controller and the developer service as well. This is the developer service and this is the developer controller, and let me check with the developer repository as also. Okay, this is the developer repository also. Okay, so here we can implement the, okay, developer controller. Okay, for that we have to use the REST controller, obviously, because we want to fetch the apis, we want to send the request, we want to, okay, send some responses also. Okay, so that means we have to use the REST controller here. Okay, not a basic controller. Okay, now here we have to consume the developer service, right? So obviously we have to perform dependency injection. Okay, private developer service as service. Okay, so here we can use the auto wired to implement dependency injection to the developer service class. Developer service and auto wired. Okay, now here we have to implement the mappings. Actually, in the laptop controller, you can see, okay, request mapping we are using now. But okay, so Amitava used something new. that means a get mapping, post mapping, something like that now. So he didn't use the request method. Okay, he didn't use the request method, so we can use that kind of methods in the developer controller. Okay, we can use get mapping, post mapping, update mapping, something like that. Okay, so here we can use get mapping or post mapping. You can use post mapping. Okay, so if the user wants to add the developer, he can add the developer by using this particular thing. Okay, okay, we can send some response, and that response should be response entity, not a basic string or something. String. Okay, add developer. Okay, this is the method that we have. Okay, this is the method that we have, and import the post mapping and response entity as well, and response entity. Okay, now we have to send the response entity. Okay, to send the response entity, obviously we need to implement developer service. Okay, we need to implement this developer service, right? So implement developer service, and we have to use the service layer of annotation, obviously. Service layer annotation. Okay, so here we have to implement the service methods. Okay, so to use the service method, obviously we need a repository, right? So let's use the repository called the developer repository as repo. Okay, so here we have to create a object, so that's why we are using auto-wired annotation and developer repository. Okay, so we added the repository now. Now by using the repository object, we can consume the methods and everything. Okay, so here let's create a one method which will return a string. Okay, add developer. Okay, here we can add the new developer to the database. So here repo dot add or save, sorry, we have to use it save. Repo dot save. Okay, to save one entity, obviously we need to read the entity, right? So here we can read the entity as developer d1. Okay, so here we can store the d1 developer. Okay, import this developer. Okay, guys, are you getting my points? Are you following me? It's more like a monologue session. I'm not getting any response from you. Is this everything okay? Guys, are you following me or not?
Yes, sir.
What about others? Why are so silent? What happened? Is everything okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have to send the response. Obviously, to send the response, we have to read some dummy variable developer d2 equal to dummy variable. Use the underscore to identification. Okay, if underscore d2 not equal to null, then we have to send one message. Okay, then send something like return developer added at, we can return the time also. Okay, time. Okay, import the date from utility package. Okay, else if the d2 is a null, okay, that means return null. That's it, return null. That's it. Okay, we can return anything that we want. Okay, so we successfully added the developer, and we have to consume this developer method in the developer controller, right? So we can consume that. Okay, so obviously string status equal to, okay, string status equal to service dot, okay, add developer. Okay, so here we have to read the developer from request body, obviously. So import request body d1. Okay, so which is a developer d1, so import the request body and the developer also. Import the request body and developer, and we can send the developer to the add developer method. Okay, now, okay, based on the status that we are getting, okay, we have to consume the method. Okay, so I mean we have to return something. If status not equal to null, okay, then, okay, that is a valid request. Okay, we can react to the response. Okay, so return new response entity. So here we can mention the thing, status comma, okay, status comma, okay. So here we have to send the http status code as well, http status dot. Okay, so obviously the new developer is created in the database, so we can use the created method. Else is there. Priyanshu, why you so late? Okay, so here we have to return the null message, and let me copy the thing and paste it in the else part. Okay, so here, okay, if we are getting something null value, okay, that means it is an internal server error. Okay, we can send the internal server error. Okay, this is how we have to add the developer. Okay, so we are adding the developer, guys. Is this okay? So we are reading the developer from the request body, and we are sending the developer to the service add developer method. In the developer service, we are adding the developer to the database by using the repository. Okay, so same thing we are using, but we are using something, okay, responsibility which is a new to us. Okay, is this clear? Shall we continue to retrieve the data? So now we have to retrieve the, okay, list of developers. We have to retrieve list of developers. Okay, let's implement that also. Okay, in the developer service I can implement the method. Okay, so here we can implement the method public. Okay, so we have to return list of developers, right? We have to return list of developers. So list of developers. Okay, get all devs. Okay, this is the method. Get all devs is the method, and import the list from the utility package. Okay, okay, now we have to, okay, create a one list of developers. List of developers dev list equal to new array list. Okay, it is a new array list. So here we have to import the array list from utility package again. Okay, now we want to fetch the list of developers from the database, right? So by using the repository we can, so repository dot find all. Okay, here after finding every developer we have to add the every developer to the developer list. So here I am using the basic Steam API that you can see, and by with the help of method reference I am adding it. Okay, with the help of method reference I am adding the value. Okay, so here we can return the, I mean obviously developer list, return the developer list. That's it. Okay, we implemented the method in the service layer. Now we have to consume this method in the controller. Okay, is this okay, guys? Retrieving all the developers from the database. Clear? Guys, if you are feeling heavy, please tell me. Okay, so I mean I'll go slowly. Guys, am I going too fast? Hello. अरे यार, what happened? Hello. Rupa, Ketan, Prashant, Yogesh, Preeti. What happened? Am I going too fast? Hello?
No, sir.
No. Arey, don't. Arey, yaar, first remember one thing. Don't compromise. Okay. If you think I am going too fast, if you think so, if you are having any doubt, okay, ask me. Okay, or inform me. Okay, I will stop the thing. I will repeat it for you. But at the end of the day, you have to learn. Okay, it's not like a Hibernate. It's not like a basic core Java program, because you won't get all these things in the internet perfectly, because you can see the difference between my classes and Amitava classes. Okay, even okay, he is my mentor. Okay, there is a difference between our two sessions. Okay, if you are looking something in the internet, definitely you will get confused. So you have to follow one person only. Okay, you have to follow one approach only. Okay, in designing the Spring Boot application or Angular or anything. Okay, you have to maintain one unique level coding with you. Okay, so if you are having any error, if you are looking in the internet, you won't able to solve that, because okay, they will write the code in a different way. Okay, so the productivity is similar thing, the output is the similar thing, but the way of coding is the different for each developer or different for each trainer also. Okay, from the first, I mean from the first class only you are following my particular styling, right? So please follow that. Okay, if you are having any doubt, if you are having, if you stopped it, if you confused, okay, if you are feeling like hectic, okay, anything, please tell me. Okay, so don't be so silent. If you are okay, that's okay, that's great. If you're not okay, inform me. Okay. Tell me now, any doubts or any confusion in the
No, sir.
project that we are designing? So we are creating
But
the
after
developer.
tomorrow's session, it's getting difficult to get these things again.
In the tomorrow session, we can revise, na?
I'm sorry, yesterday's session. So
Yesterday's session.
yesterday's session, it's a bit hectic to understand these things.
By
I
yesterday
think
means
for me
Amitava
it's
session or
getting
this?
confusing. Yeah.
Okay, between my
Different,
my
yeah,
way of.
different things are merged together. It feels like that. Doesn't make
Okay,
any sense now.
okay. So forget about Amitava session. Forget about it. Okay, follow my thing only. Okay, but we can't ask him to stop, obviously, because he is a, you know, the obviously he is a superior for us. Okay, so um, he is explaining everything from the basic, that's why you are confusing, I think so. No, he explained everything in the controller, but I am explaining, okay, controller and service layer separately. That's why, that's the reason you are confusing, no, or any other reason.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So forget about Amitava session. Okay. So actually, he explained everything in the controller only because that's the first session. I think so. Okay. So forget about that. Follow our approach only. Okay. He will explain the service layer and the controller layer separately. Okay. From the next session onwards, maybe. Okay, so that's why just to follow my thing. Okay, if you are still, if you are not understanding, again, okay, we can create another project if you want to create. Okay, as of now, please go through my thing only. Okay, Rupa.
Okay, sir.
So follow, controller is a different one, service is a different one. In controller, we have to handle the HTTP request. That means we have to handle the request coming from the user, and we have to provide some response. And in the service layer, we have to write the logic to implement the database. Okay, So if you want to store something in the database, you have to do all these things in the service layer, not in the controller. Okay, controller is only responsible to handle the request, to to respond the request. That's it. Okay, so that's why here in the controller you can see we are handling the request and we are sending the response. That's it. Based on the response that we are getting from the service layer, we are sending two different response entities. If we are getting a null, okay, I am sending internal server error. If we are not getting a null value, if we get some message, then we are printing something. Okay, so use only this approach. Controller is a different, service layer is a different. Don't merge two things. Okay, in the controller you are not authorized to create the service layer code in the controller. Okay, so you are the responsible to write methods to handle the request, to send the response to the request. That's it in the controller. Okay, if you want to communicate with the database with the single line also, you have to implement it in a service layer, not in a repository as well. Okay, so two things are different. Okay, remember this only. Okay, so we implemented service layer. Here in the service layer we have the one method as a get all developers. Okay, one method to get all developers, to retrieve all developers, I can say. Okay, so we have to consume this method in the controller. Okay, so create another mapping value. Okay, so here either we can use request mapping. Okay, here we can use something like method equal to request method dot get, or we can use value equal to slash developer. Okay, so here public obviously response entity. Okay, we have to get the response entity so and so. Okay, so get all devs. Okay, both the things are equal, request mapping and request method. By using the request mapping, here we have to import the request method also. Okay, either this one is a okay, or okay, without using the request mapping and that much that much long line, if you don't want to use, you can directly use the get mapping. Okay, anything is okay, both are similar. There is no difference between the both the annotations. Okay, here we are directly using the get mapping, and here we are using the request mapping. There we are using the get method. Okay, internally, okay, when you are using the get mapping, no, okay, internally it is creating a request like this. Okay, this is the shortcut form of request mapping. Okay, anything you can use. Okay, so here, okay, we have to return the list of entities, list of developers, right? So in the response entity, we have to return the list of developers. Okay, we have to return the list of developers, and this developer from utility, this list from utility. Import response entity. Why we are not getting this? Give me a moment. Same thing we are using public response entity list of developers.
The response spelling is wrong, sir.
Spelling.
Response.
Sorry, our response no.
RESPONS.
Okay, got it. The spellings, I'm messing with the spellings, man. Thank you. And okay, utility. So here we have to return the list of developers. Okay, to return the list of developers, we have to call one method called service dot get all devs. This method is returning list of developers for us, but we cannot return okay directly, right? We have to return okay response entity. So here response Cool, Bhaskar, cool. Response RESPONCE entity. Cool. Response entity with one message HTTP status dot okay. Okay, and we have to return this. Return this. That's it. Okay, we are returning the new response. And it is showing some issue warning. That means it is a basic warning. Let me check with the warning. I'll type fixed also. Okay, I check something. But it's okay, it is a basic warning, no issue. Okay, so it is mentioning the generic, that's it. Okay. Let's say the generics, that's it. Okay, so we are returning the list of developers. Okay, so this is our code, you can see. Okay, we have two requests in the developer controller, guys. One is to add the developer into the database and to retrieve the list of developers. That's why we are using the post mapping and we are using the get mapping. Okay, if you are confusing in the post mapping and get mapping, you can use the request mapping, which is our earlier annotation. Okay, so here we are sending the response entity. We are not sending only the content, we are not sending only the list of developers, we are sending the response entity. Response entity means, okay, this is the way of responding to the request. Okay, when you are responding perfectly with the request, you have to send response along with the HTTP status code. Okay, along with HTTP status code. That's why we are using response entity. Okay, we are returning response entity here in the controller. Okay, and this is our service layer. Add developer and retrieve all developers, which is a very similar to our previous concepts. There is nothing difference here. Okay. Okay, so just relaunch the application. Just wait. Okay, database dialect. Okay, done. So here in the Postman, we have to add the data. We have to add the developer to the database. Okay. So here we want to push the developer. Okay. Developer, and let me check with the more entity first, because we need everything in the database. Okay, so we have to pass with the similar names of entity. Okay, so remove this. Okay, actually this is developer, not a developer. Okay, so here we have to add the developer. First one, developer ID, guys. Developer ID is 1. Okay, and developer name. Okay, developer name, obviously. Okay, the iconic Bhaskara, that's me. Okay, and developer, let me check, developer role. Okay, we have to mention developer role. Developer role is, okay, maybe I'm a full stack dev. Okay, and here in the developer phone number, we have to mention the phone number. Okay, and here, okay, this is the major one, guys. This is the important one, remember. So here we have to add the list of laptops to the developer. Okay, we have to add list of laptops to the developer with the name of dev laptop. Okay, so here in the dev laptop, okay, we have to add the list of laptops, right? So how you can add the list of laptops? So here you have to create the list. Okay, this is the list, and here you have to mention the, okay, laptop IDs. Laptop ID, laptop ID is 101. Okay, maybe I'm using 101. Okay, and I'm using another entity also. Laptop ID is 103. Okay, I'm using 102 and 103 laptops, guys. Okay, so dev laptop is expecting list of laptops. Okay, dev laptop is expecting list of laptops. Okay, how you can, okay, add a one laptop to the developer by using the laptop ID only. By using the laptop ID only, we have to assign dev laptop to the developer. Okay, so this is how you have to add one developer. We are adding multiple or many laptops. One developer is having many laptops. Okay, this is how you have to add. Okay, now you can send the request. Okay, just wait. Okay, sending the request, just wait. Oh, something is done. We are getting internal server error. Okay, let me check why. Okay, maybe we are missing something in the code. Okay, it's a good sign, no, to get errors. Able to find model with ID 100. Unable to find com.devlaptop.model dot laptop with ID 0. Where I am assigning 0? This is a different error we are getting. Unable to find com.model laptop with ID 0 now. We are assigning 101 now. But why it is showing 0? Com.develop entity not found exception. Okay, so why it is returning 0? Actually we are returning, okay, let me check with the laptop model. Maybe there is some issue in the ID name. Okay, LAP laptop, and I should be capital, and laptop and I should be capital. Yeah, same thing. Okay, okay.
Sir, 101 should be in inverted quotes or not?
No, it is an integer, na?
Okay.
This is an integer, so no need to use in the double quotations. Developer. Something is fishy. Where is developer? This is the developer, and dev laptop is the value, and we are assigning the list of laptops to the developer class. Okay, but unable to find this. I don't know why. Okay, actually let me change something here. Okay, so here we can add only one laptop first. Okay, may add one laptop only.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Come on. Suggestions are always welcome. Come on, no issue.
Sir, you'd backspace the whole. The problem was in that. The inverted comma was after the colon that you had added. in ID or not.
Where?
You have deleted that just now in Postman.
Okay.
Laptop ID. The second
Uh,
ID that you deleted.
so here,
Yeah. Colon.
colon va. Acha, okay. So laptop ID, this one, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Maybe this is also a reason. Okay, let me check. Thanks for finding. Arre yaar. Thank you. You saved my day. So actually, I'm adding colon in between the double quotations. That's why it is showing say issues. Okay. See, we need this level of concentration. Very good. Great. Okay, laptop is added. You can see developer is added and laptop also added. Okay, now, okay, we can go back to our SQL. This is our SQL. Okay, now let me check with the developer table. Okay, developer table. One developer is added to the developer table. Now let me check with the laptop. Now you can see, okay, so laptop 101 is assigned to first developer. Developer ID 1. Developer ID 1 is Bhaskar Sai. Okay, and 103 is also assigned to the developer 1 is Bhaskar Sai. Okay, this is how we have to add. Very good ma. Thank you. Okay, now let me retrieve the list of developers. When we are retrieving the list of developers, okay, you will get the list of laptops as well. You can see. Okay, I am getting the developers, list of developers, and here you can see when we are retrieving the developers, you will also getting the laptops which is assigned to the developer. You can see here. Okay, Bhaskar Sai is allotted to two different laptops. One is Asus Tough Gaming and one is Alienware. Okay, so that's why we are seeing two laptops when we are retrieving the Bhaskar. Okay, let me add another value. Okay, let's add another person. So which is developer 2 Amitava. So he's a Java developer, and his phone number I don't know. 999. Okay, and we have to assign 102 laptop and 104 laptop to the Amitava. Okay, we want to assign 102 and 104 to the Amitava. And here, check with the post. Okay, now send the data. Now you can see developer added. Okay, and let me check with the database. Okay, we have two developers right now, and you can see the laptops also. Okay, HP Omen is assigned to developer 2, which is Amitava, and also Acer Predator is also assigned to Amitava, which is 2. Okay, so this is how we have to add. Okay, is this clear, ma? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about others? Is everything clear, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me retrieve the data now. Retrieve the data, get and send the data. Now you can see, okay, we have the developer 1 and which is assigned to two laptops, which is 101 and 103, and also we have developer 2, which is Amitava, okay, who is assigned with another laptop, which is 102 and 104. Okay, we are getting all the laptops, okay, which is assigned to every developers. Okay, this is how we have to use. Okay, so if you want to see this thing in the response, in the browser, you can see it. 127.0.0.1 colon 4200 slash developer. Okay, and we can implement the all the methods that we need. Okay, so we can implement a one method to update the developers, one method to delete the developers. Okay, so we can do all these things. Okay, see, we are getting the values. Okay, and here you can see we are getting perfect values in the Postman. Okay guys, yeah, this is our project that we designed. Go through the project once. Okay, this is the developer entity and this is the laptop entity. Okay, laptop entity this is, and this is a developer entity. Okay, so we have laptop controller also. Okay, this is the laptop controller to add the different laptops. Okay, okay, we have two methods, which is we use it to post the laptop and get all the laptops. Okay, and this is the laptop service. Okay, so we are connecting the database by using the, okay, repository. Okay, we have two repositories, laptop repository and developer repository. By using the laptop repositories, we are saving the transactions and everything. Now you can see here. Okay, this is the laptop service. And coming to the developer controller, okay, here also we are having two methods, okay, to add the developers and to retrieve the developers. Okay, and in the service layer we are retrieving the developers. Okay guys, is this clear for everyone? Any doubt in the project? This is a Spring Boot project guys, please concentrate. Everyone. Okay, maybe, but I'm not getting your silence this time. Whether you are understanding or not, let me write some comments. Comments are very, 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 very important. Uh, injecting service. Injecting service. Okay. Adding developers. 2 DB. Adding developers. Okay. Retrieving developers. Okay. Sending response entity along with status. Okay, and in the service layer we have to write some comments as well. Inject repository. Injecting repository. Adding developers to DB. Getting or retrieving all developers from DB. Okay, yeah, this is the thing. And here in the laptop controller, okay, we are having some comments. Okay, here also we are having some, okay, enough of comments. Okay, now let's push it to the GitHub. Okay, I am uploading this particular project in the GitHub so that everybody can see. Okay, GitHub. Guys, please check the code. Okay, I'm sending to everyone. Okay, please review the code if you are having any doubts, no, so we can solve it. Actually, my laptop is working perfectly fine for sometimes. Okay, it is talking sometimes. Actually, I am, so I tried everything to speed up my laptop, like, so I stopped all the graphics. Okay, I stopped all the graphics of Windows 10, and I cleaned everything in the cache. And so obviously I'm not using any antivirus softwares. Okay, so if your computer is, okay, getting slow, okay, first thing you have to do is uninstall every antivirus software that you are using. Okay, antivirus software makes your computer slower. Okay, that's the first point. Okay, I already mentioned it, I think so. Okay, and remove the auto startup apps. For example, if you are using a Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Teams will load automatically when the system is loaded. So stop. Okay, stop the automatic loading files. Okay, like Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Cortana. Okay, it will create the documentation for you. And now you can open your project PNP after creating a documentation. No, so here in our developer laptop, this is our project. Okay, so here you can see one new folder called doc documentation. Okay, you will have so many files. Okay, just you can open the index file, you can click on the index file. Okay, which is a HTML file. Okay, this particular documentation created by the, okay, our Java application. You can see, okay, 1143, at 1143 it is created. Okay, actually when we started the class some issues occurred now, so that's why 10:25 these files are created. Okay, you can see all these files are created at 11:43, that means now 11:43. Okay, so yeah, just double click on the index. Okay, you have to run the index file. Index is a main file. Mm, it will open in the Google Chrome. You know how my laptop is. Okay, so this is the, okay, project. You can click on the package. Mm, and just give me a moment. One moment. Wait. Hello guys. Sorry for the disturbance. Actually, Tirumala ticket is going to open now, so that's why I'm getting a lot of things, a lot of requests from the colleagues and the relatives and all. Booking the Tirumala Darshan is one of the worst. Okay, let's push it. Okay. Okay. Project with responsibility. Okay. We have to add origin also. Okay. First of all, please go through the every line of a code. Okay. So if you are okay, then we can add a few more things to the project. Okay. So take your time, but understand everything. So I'll send the link. Just wait whether it is done or not. Okay. Okay. Done. Then discount while loading feedback. Let me check with the project. No. Fatal alert. The remote end hung up unexpectedly. Hang up. Okay. RPC failed. Okay. Okay. Let me Google it again. What is error? Fatal remote and hang up. Copy and paste. For everything, we have a Stack Overflow. Uh-oh. Okay, it might be a network issue. Okay. So maybe I'm having some network issue. Okay, that's why it is showing some. Okay, maybe network issue. Okay. Okay, guys, take a break. I'll send you the project right now. Okay. After a few weeks, we can connect. Okay. So we'll ask something. Okay. So I will, to end of the thing very, I mean, earlier. Okay. So after break, we can discuss something. If you are having any doubts in the break session, you can note down your doubts. You can ask me. Okay. After solving the doubts and everything, we can wind up the session for today because you can have your rituals like Govardhan Puja or something. Okay. So okay, I think I'm having some issues with my internet. Maybe that's why we're getting. Without flow, shallow flow. Alright. Okay, you said some new comment. Okay. Git remote set URL. Huh? This issue is time. Okay, do something. Okay. So I have the link in few minutes. Let's take a break for 15 minutes. Okay. So after content break, we can discuss the issues or doubts or errors, anything. Stop it. here you can see we are getting some errors as okay, no comments. Okay, comments are necessary to create the document. Okay, you can see warning, no comment the developer controller. Okay, so we have to add different comments. Okay, which are very important. Okay, to prepare a documentation. Okay, yeah. So create the documentation. And if you want to create the documentation, you can create the documentation in the separate folder. Okay. So here you can destination. In the destination, you can click on the browse. Okay. So after clicking on browse, folder that you have in your laptop. So here, let's click on the desktop. So here in the desktop, I want to create a new folder. Okay, named documentation. Okay, documentation and select folder. Okay, and click on the finish. That's it. Yes to all. Okay, the documentation is going to create in the documentation folder in the desktop. Now you can see everything is created in the documentation folder. Okay, now you can have your own documentation of your project. Okay, so guys, remember, when you are creating a documentation, please create separately, not in the project path. So if you created the documentation in the project path, then it will be a difficult for you. Okay, you cannot push the code into the GitHub because of this documentation, because we are having some script files and we have some long files now, so that's why it is unable to add the thing. Okay, so just remove the documentation from your project folder. Yes, I removed it. Then I tried to push it. Okay, you can see in the dev laptop I don't have anything like a documentation. Okay, so it's push the content. Okay, this is how you have to push the the code into the GitHub. And the comments. Okay, comments are very important, guys. Remember. Okay, so when you are creating a documentation, your documentation is going to create based on the comments that you have mentioned, the comments you have written on your class files and everything. Okay, so comments are important even to create the documentation of the project. Okay, so better to remember this thing. Okay, so did you review the code? Anybody? Did you review the code? Guys, anyone having any issues in the code? Anyone? Do you want to delete anything? Or, are you okay with the code? If you are having any issues, please let me know. No response. Why? Shall we create another method? अरे यार respond रहा. Preeti, Ketan, Rupa, Prashant, Ankit, is it clear? Or do I need to create any other method to explain the project again?
Sir, it's clear.
Okay. Okay. Good. So shall we create another method to delete? Okay. So we have created the method to to insert the values. To insert the laptop or to insert the developers or to retrieve the laptops or developers. Okay. Use request mapping for controller class. Request mapping for controller. We have to use a. Okay, I got it on. Okay, so here you want to. Okay, Amitabh used some request mapping and so on, so na. Request mapping. So here, okay, she uses something like this. Okay, API or something here. So here we can write. Okay, so for example, if you want to retrieve the developer, okay, if you want to retrieve the developer from a one company, okay, so assume we are the people of Anudip, okay, so you want to retrieve the one employee from Anudip company, okay, so how do you retrieve? How to retrieve that? Okay, so here we can add Anudip slash developer. Okay, this developer mapping value is a method level mapping value. Okay, this is a method level mapping value. Okay, if you want to retrieve the okay list of laptops, okay, you can use the same thing like this slash Anudeep slash laptops. Okay, so here Anudeep is the company name or Anudeep is the any project name or something, right? Okay, so here, okay, I want to use this Anudeep for every method or for every REST API that I have created. Okay, so you can use the Anudeep slash laptop, Anudeep slash developer. Okay, if you use the request mapping at the class. Okay, so if okay, I want to retrieve the developers, I have to use dev company slash developer, dev company slash okay, something like that. Okay, so here you can use anything. Okay, I'm using the Anudeep right now. Okay, just relaunch the application. Okay, now you can remember one thing when we are retrieving the developers. Okay, we are using only 127.0.0.1 4220 developer. That's it. Okay, so if I relaunch the application, okay, if I relaunch the application, okay, okay. So we have to run this file, desktop application, run this file. Okay, just stop the server. Stop the server. Okay, now compile this. Just wait. That's a optional thing. Okay, so if you want to add one particular value for every REST API that you have created. For example, some companies require to use the company name at the REST API. Okay, so here we can get the list of developers, okay, by using the Anudeep slash developers. If you use the only slash developer, no, it won't work perfectly. I'll show. Come on, come on. Hello, you stop it here. Again, we have to wait. Oh, my Spring Boot, please come. Come on. Please run the application. Okay. Now here, if I run this developer, no, now try to run this developer. I clicked on it. This is the developer controller, no? No. Still sending. Come on. We are trying to retrieve the list of developers. Okay, so actually you can see 404 not found. Okay, you can see 404 not found. Okay, that means path is not found in the okay controller. Okay, because we added another request mapping which is a Anudeep. So here we have to use the Anudeep slash developer. Okay, this is the class level annotation. Okay, so now you will get the value. Okay, now you can get the values. See, we are getting the values when we are using Anudeep slash developer, because here we added the class level annotation which is a request mapping. Okay, this is a completely optional. Okay, this is a completely optional. No need to use this particular thing as a mandatory thing. Okay, so we have to make the request mapping at the thread level only, not the class level. Okay, if you want to add something another another use case for your REST API, then you have to use this. Okay, so we have to do all these kind of stuff in the MNCs. Okay, MNCs are very particular about the project name or something like that. Okay, so you can, when you are having a central database, if you want to print only the developers who are from Anudeep. Okay, if you want to print the developers who are from Redis Lab, you can print that. Okay, we can segregate that when you are having a large database, so you have to use something like this. Okay, this is the completely optional thing. Okay, Ketan, got it? Ketan, is it okay? So, and also Amitabh used one cross origin also. Did you remember? Amitabh used something like cross origin. Here he mentioned something like 127.0.0.1. Did you remember this? Amitabh added some cross origin, CORS policy. Okay, this CORS policy generally, okay, actually this is CORS. Okay, this is a CORS policy. Okay, that means, okay, when you are pushing your code into the server, okay, in the real-time server, no third-party applications, no third-party URLs can access your database except you mention the URLs, which you mention the URLs in the CORS policy. Okay, so I will explain this CORS policy and everything when we are merging the, okay, when we are integrating the front end and back end. Okay, these are the additional things that we have to discuss in the integration part. Okay, these are the not important things in the basic backend level coding. Okay, when we have a front end, okay, when we have a front end with Angular, so we have to integrate both front end and back end, right? So when we integrated both front end and back end, then we have to use this CORS policy, this use class level mapping annotations, all these things. Okay, those things are important at the time of integration, not now. Okay, so that's why I just skipped those things. Okay, so here I used so many filters, guys, remember. So actually this is a Spring Boot. Now we have so many things to explore in the Spring Boot, but I filtered many things. I removed the external stuff which is not full, which is not useful for you, okay, for you in this particular backend development. Okay, we are completely dealing with the backend. We are not concentrating on integration, or we are not concentrating on the front end part. Okay, that's why I filtered so many things. Okay, in that particular, okay, in those filters, CORS policy is one of the thing. Okay, so we have to add the CORS policy when we have to integrate our backend application with front end. Okay, so the CORS policy is not important now. Okay, we have to learn everything in a perfect structure. That's why I used so many filters in the concept. Okay, so actually the thing is, I have explaining I'm explaining this particular Spring Boot service as I learned. Okay, this is the way I learned the things in the Spring Boot. Okay, so I don't consider everything in the index. I don't consider the index. I don't consider the documentation when I'm learning the new concept. Okay, I want to learn the concept which is related to the project only. Okay, my way of learning is project based learning. Okay, I will create the project while I am learning the concept. Okay, so if you think something like this, okay, so you can create the project after learning everything in the Springboard. That is the useless way. Okay, completely useless. Okay, so we have to learn the concept. We have to learn these types of advanced concepts based on the project level architecture. Okay, so we are developing the backend now, so that's why I used so many filters in the Springboard. Okay, I missed so many things, I know, but those things are not necessary in the backend concept. That's why I filtered them. Okay, so we have a different steps in developing the application. This is the backend process. We create the front end. When we completed the front end part now, we have to integrate both front end and back end. So there we have to learn something like services and everything. Okay, we have so many things to explore. Okay, still we are the backend developers only. That's why I used so many filters in the concept. Okay. So shall we discuss any other thing? Shall we add any other REST API? Do you want to add? Or we can wind up. Shall we create a delete controller? Delete controller both in the developer and laptop. That's completely your wish. Okay, if you have any work now, if you have any work to do, okay, so we can wind up. If you are free, we can take class, because I know I respect festivals. We have so many things to do in the festivals. I accept that, because I am also, I have also so many works in the festival time. Okay, I too accept that. If you are having any important work to do, okay, we can wind up the session, or else if you are having enough time, okay, we can continue with the session. Tell me what to do. It's 12:35. If you have a time, I will go with the delete method. If you are not having any time,